is here. Now, broadcasting from the underground command post, deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we've once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, everybody. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. I want to have a little chat with you before we get into some of these issues. Last time I checked. A little heart-to-heart. Charles Barkley. Now, you've heard people talk about some of his comments or play a little clip here and there. I know this is a great risk to be playing these. I'm not a big guy that plays audio endlessly on a program to kill time, but I think these are voices that need to be heard rather than the repetition with the miscreants and the malcontents and worse. Barkley was on a sports station in Philadelphia last week. Hat tip, by the way, right scoop for David Clark, and now hat tip the Blaze. And it started like this. Cut one, go.
That's like them jackasses who are looting. Those aren't real black people. Those are scumbags. No, real black people, they're not out there looting. I just watched a great story on CNN where a bunch of folks, really amazing folks, wouldn't let them burn down an establishment. It was a great story. I was in Philly this summer when I saw 4 black kids went in a store and left money when nobody was in the store. But unfortunately, the way the media portrays a lot of black people, we only put the negative black people on television, Mike. We don't put the good, hard-working black people. And that's what I said, and that's what I meant. There's a perception among some black people, you're not a thug, a hood rat. You don't wear your pants down by your ass, you're not black enough. And they are always holding us back, plain and simple. And I ain't shedding up, and I ain't backing down.
Well, and you never do. So since you brought up Ferguson, let's bring that up because we've been talking about it in the first hour of this show. Mm-hmm. Your reaction to the reaction in Ferguson. Now, me as a white person, I see that as a reflection of black America's mistrust of white authority and the American judicial system. And I mean, to me, it was going to happen.
Let's get to
because
Barkley.
There's just no trust out there. How did you see that whole situation?
Well, I thought it was really unfortunate. Like I say, I need to really read the grand jury because, Mike, we live in a quick story media, social network situation. I'm hearing things today I haven't heard at all. That even the black witnesses said this guy came 20 feet at an officer. They were fighting inside the car and 2 bullets went off. I didn't know the kid came. I mean, the blood splatter, so the guy came at the cop 20 feet. I'm not saying who's right or wrong. I'm just hearing the true story that came out of the grand jury investigation.
Charles Barkley makes 100 times more sense than the Attorney General of the United States. You want to know the difference? The Attorney General of the United States is a radical ideologue. Charles Barkley is not. Here's a little bit more. Cut 2, go.
Yeah, the evidence would lead you to believe that the officer acted properly. But the mistrust, black people aren't going to ever see that. And that's where the problem lies.
Stop here. I'm sick of liberal white guys, particularly these sports idiots who actually think they know something. Stepping all over Charles Barkley, who's trying to make a point. Go ahead.
Well, let me just say this, man. I think we have to be I know I'm black, but I'm going to try to always be honest and fair. We have to be really careful with the cops, man, because if it wasn't for the cops, we'd be living in a wild, wild west in our neighborhoods. I think we can't pick out certain incidents that don't go our way and act like the cops are all bad. I hate when we do that because think about it. Do you know how bad some of these neighborhoods would be if it wasn't for the cops? Listen, first of all, it's always great to play Monday morning quarterback. Like he shot him a lot. Like, well, if you got a gun and you're fighting with somebody, you're not going to shoot him once. You're going to pull the trigger X amount of time. Like I say, I don't know what happened in Ferguson. Nobody knows what happened. I want to take the time as a responsible person, read the grand jury statement. Like I say, I didn't know they got to fight inside the car. That what tells me something like, wow, there's 2 shots in the car, and it's been proven that the young kid came toward this guy for, I want to say, 22 feet. I didn't know that until this morning because the media has rushed. I can't believe anything I hear on television even.
Well, you got to understand that most of this evidence, though, is coming from the mouth of the police officer. That there isn't a witness
All right, stop there. This guy's an idiot. I don't know who he is. Mike. Most of the evidence coming from the mouth of the police. Oh, no, clown. It's not, actually. They didn't just take the word of the police officer. They did take his testimony. There were witnesses. This guy hasn't looked at any of this grand jury stuff. There was forensic evidence. More than one autopsy. So it's not just coming from the mouth of the police officer, clown. Now let's get to Barkley. Go.
Forensic evidence.
Yeah, the forensic evidence would indicate that he acted properly, but he's also telling the story. And I don't know, like the other witness.
But I'm saying, I was 3 or 4 witnesses who were black said exactly what the cops said. See, that's why I don't like talking about racial stuff with the media, because they love this stuff. They love to see a great, not even a great story. Controversy sells, unfortunately. It's just an awful situation. A young kid got killed. Man, the cops are the last line of defense. We shouldn't just jump to the conclusion.
No, I got you. I got you.
That's enough. I don't want to hear this DJ sports guy anymore. Excellent, Charles Barkley. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.